Hello, my name's Steve. This is my business partner, Austin. And today we're here to talk about website mistakes that actually cost you clients. So they do the opposite of what you want them to do. So most websites aren't just bad, they actually are costing you clients. They're not getting the job done how they're supposed to do. So people land on your site, they look around quickly. People say 3 to 5 seconds, they make a determination. So if you haven't made your point across in that time, you probably just lost a client. And let's see, we're in Monterey, California, Bookkeeper. Let's pick out any website here. We'll go with Shirene's Bookkeeping Services. We'll see what this one looks like. And so the most important thing, as we talked about, is above the fold, and that's the part we can actually see right now. And let's see, invest your time and efforts on running your business. Leave the bookkeeping to me. That's not too bad. It could be a little more clear as far as you're giving the people their time back, but I think she did a pretty nice job there. Um, I would like to see something a little stronger than get in touch, but let's see what happens when we click that. Okay, it comes to the contact me page. So in a perfect world, if you are taking calls, not everybody likes to take calls. This would be a maybe a call today for for your consultation or however you want to do it. But and then it would be a click to call. So if somebody was on their phone, it would go right to it. Maybe even setting up the calendar right there. But the fewer steps you give your customers, the better off you'll be. Me and Austin have find that as well. If we give customers extra steps, we lose people along the way. You want to shorten it, make it clear, concise as you can possibly get. If there's anything else I would have done on here, I definitely would have liked to mention the locality of it. I think it was Monterey, California, that she's a Monterey, California bookkeeper. Then that would help out in the Google Business Profile. So the biggest thing that you have to get here is definitely a call to action. Her call to action is at least get in touch. At least it's something. But you'd rather have a more clear, specific, um, you know, something as far as get your free consultation today to save you, you know, 20 hours in the next week from bookkeeping. Just something that makes sense, something that's true, but make it specific, and that you're much more likely to get somebody to click on that. And another thing, like I said, she may not be taking calls, and I'm not trying to pick on her. Her website's actually fairly nice. I like seeing a clear phone number. She does have a nice block here. I like that quite a bit. I like having the call to action down here and then something up here. So that part's very, very nice. But get that phone number in there. Um, a lot of times people have websites that load very slow because they've hired some kind of a website designer, and there's all kinds of crazy movement on the page. There's just different things going on that make it the load time very slow. She did a very nice job of keeping things simple. You can read this very easily. As I go down, I love the way she set this up where it's very easy to understand what she's doing here. Excellent. So I would rank this website fairly highly because they didn't overcomplicate things. A lot of bookkeepers, I'm not picking on all you guys out there, but you like to write a bunch of text, and most people don't want to read that, including me. So you've got to think about the people that are reading it. We're not really all that interested in reconciliation, fiduciary, all the different kind of terms you guys like to use. We're not that interested in that. She kept it simple and had provided clarity. So she did a very good job on that. There's just a few things could have improved, but she did a great job. And because she kept things simple, her site loads fast. A lot of you like to have, like I said, the moving parts, videos, sliders, all these different things, and it slows it down, makes it much, much harder to, Well, like I said, people give you 3 to 5 seconds. If you waste that trying to get the website loaded, they're gone. So don't do it. Mobile friendly. I'm not going to be checking that on all these today, but that would mean on your phone, it still looks good when you look at it. I got the feeling hers is mobile friendly. I haven't checked it. You don't even need to check it, but you want yours to be. So, some websites will look great on a desktop, but not on the phone, and that is costing you a lot. People search on the phone probably more than they do on their laptops or computers, so that's very, very important to get that right. And make sure that um, after you set up your website, while you're doing, make sure it looks good on the phone. It's extremely important. Um, Social proof is another thing that you can sometimes put on here. I'm not going to tell you that it's necessary because you can have a good website without social proof, and I think this shows it right here. So there's no social proof there, and I still think this is an excellent website. If she were to have it, maybe that would be an advantage, So if you do have reviews, you've got different things, get those on there, especially 5-star reviews. Get them on your website. If you don't, then you're still going to do okay if you got a good website. I'm a complete believer in that. But and especially if you're just starting out, don't let that be an obstacle. You'll be able to get business if you do a nice, clean website. Going to turn it over to Austin, and maybe he'll finish us off. If he doesn't, I'll finish it off at the end. But for now, you got the basic idea. Austin will give you some more ideas.
So another one is a weak or just non-existent call to action. Like schedule consultation, that's all right. It could be a little stronger. Get in touch. I mean, it's really boring. Just puts me to sleep thinking about get in touch. Another mistake is stock photos that look fake. This background's probably a stock photo, but it's fine because it's just a background. This picture is good because it's her. Some of these, like, everyone's got a picture of writing on the notepad on the page, and it's like everyone's seen that before, and it kind of looks, generic and maybe unprofessional. Like a picture of yourself, like a professional photo, like this one's pretty good. I wouldn't exactly describe it as professional, but it gets the job, it gets the point across. So, yeah. Another thing you mentioned up briefly is too much text, not enough clarity. Here's a fact that people can't read anymore, and they don't want to read. Just the way it is. So don't write like a whole essay about all you do. I mean, you need to write a little bit about what you do, but don't make it so it's easy to digest. Like, this is good because it's bullet points, and you can just basically one sentence each time, one or two. Like, no need for face to face. We can have our meeting anywhere at any time. Gets a point across. Does exactly what it does. She could have write, oh well, we can meet anywhere and anytime, and you did it, and no one would have read that. But she broke it down. One thing that is kind of weak here is that there's no mention of the city or service area. Maybe if I go around the page, but especially you want it like on the home page, preferably in your one of the what do they call this, like the game text.
Yeah, so we're on like the hero page, and then I mean that would be like a sub headline, I guess. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'd want to see something like uh I don't know where you'd put it in the sentence, but mention something about Monterey, California. I don't see it anywhere. Maybe she's national. I don't even know. It seemed like she was. I don't know what her deal is, but I don't see anything about Monterey, so that's something you can change. Another mistake is having a contact form that has no like promise of a follow up. It just see your contact form. It just says this one. It says get in touch, so that's pretty good. But another one, it would just say submit, and it wouldn't have any indication of what happens next. When you're filling this out, you're understanding you're scheduling a consultation, you're getting in touch, you're consent to receive text messages. You get the gist. But if you're just filling out a contact form with like no promise that something's gonna happen, then sorry, I just got confused by her phone number. She's got a. Is this right? Is that a non-American phone number?
Yeah, it is confusing.
But yeah, you want to make sure the business understands what they're signing up for. Another mistake is like just a really outdated site that you don't update. I mean, you don't have to update everything like all the time, but anything you update your schedule, your phone number. A sneaky one's the copyright at the bottom. You update anything like that. Any services you do now or services you don't do anymore. If you update anything like that, you want to make sure you update your site because you don't want like a misleading site. You want to do the wrap up?
All right, so I just finishing this up. So, talked about missing the city and all that too. So, I even if she does work like nationally, it definitely helps to get the city in here, just so you get boosted in Google Business Profile, because that's easy business to get. It's easier to get your business in your own city than outside the city. But so I agree that definitely should have been in there. And probably in this line somewhere, I would have figured out how to get it in there. Um, I've mentioned this before. I'll say it again, though, that your website doesn't need to look outstanding, but it needs to be clear. It needs to load fast. You need to build trust, and you need to make it easy. Um, the, don't give people a million choices on things to do. And she doesn't. She gives you something here and something here. They both go to the same thing. I'm pretty sure. So that works out good. But I've seen where people give a bunch of different choices, and even if she would have had, let's say, Facebook, LinkedIn, all those up here, which isn't terrible to do, but when the people click away, they usually don't come back. So that's why I'm not for giving them any other options other than scheduling this consultation. So that those things work much better than giving them choices. Make sure to give a very good, clear call to action. Um, you know, get in touch to save yourself 20 hours from doing bookkeeping. Just whatever it is, save yourself time, save yourself money. You bookkeepers know exactly what your angle is, and get that in here. Get that in here. You have a long button going across. Let the people click on that, and they know exactly what they're getting, and they want to get that. That they're looking to save time. They're looking to save money. They're not necessarily looking to get in touch, if you know what I mean. So that's all we got for today. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a like. We're going to do this for 100 business days in a row. So please help us out and give us that small little bit, and we'll keep helping you out. See you tomorrow.